Hey everyone, today I have a Dollar Tree DIY making 3 Christmas dolls using all Dollar Tree products. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Tonya, and I hope you all like, share, and subscribe. We're going to start out with one of the black and white checkered pumpkins. And everyone, I wanted to share this Christmas one with you early so you could get these pumpkins to make these. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove the stem, and everyone, these stems make the perfect noses for snowmen. Now I'm just going to use some duct tape and a candle to prop that up there. I just like to work like that because I'm going to be adding on these dangling legs. Now I'm going to take some of that white yarn and some of the beads, and everyone, that little screwdriver set that they have there at Dollar Tree, I think there's like 5 different sizes in there. They're perfect to maneuver your threads through your beads. And this is just one of the little wood pieces that come in one of the put together little airplane type things from the toy section. So those are some neat pieces. And now I'm just going to take that yarn and tie it in the middle, and we're sort of making a little pom-pom, not real full, just kind of a medium sized one, I guess, because we're going to be using this for her hair. And this doll turns out so cute, and I sure hope this gives you lots of inspiration. Now I'm most excited about how I made the body of this doll. Now I'm going to save the little decor piece off of this wreath, and this is some of that faux fur on these little Christmas ornament wreaths, and they have those out at Dollar Tree now, so definitely pick those up. Now I'm going to take those little legs that I put together with the yarn and the beads, and I'm going to glue those on the bottom of my pumpkin because I'm making her where she could sit on a shelf. I thought that would be really pretty with her legs dangling, and she's going to have the same type of arms. Now we're going to build the body. I'm going to take these little tiny mini pumpkins, and we're going to take 3 of them, take the stems off, as you can see, and I'm just squeezing that fabric together till I can get them all placed on top of each other. And then we're going to take the other 2 pumpkins and put on the sides, and you'll see when I hold this up, it makes a really cute little doll body. So I hope this one gives you some inspiration to create your own beautiful little Christmas doll, because I definitely am going to be using this technique. So everyone, grab those little pumpkins while you can. That's why I definitely wanted to share this with you early so you could pick up these supplies if you would like to make. Look how adorable this looks. Looks like a little ball gown already. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach the arms, and of course you want those to be a little bit shorter. Just take your scissors, poke in there, and then you'll put a little dab of hot glue in there, and then you can just use your little screwdriver and just force that in there real quick, and you've got your little dangling arm. Well everyone, I have 3 really fun and unique Christmas dolls for you today. We're going to be doing this beautiful little lady, and then we're going to do a snowman, and at the end we're going to do a vintage type Santa. Isn't this little doll coming together so cute? Now we're going to take one of the little pumpkins. Those are in the Crafter Square section, I think. And actually, I think they're just in the holiday section there for the fall. And that made the perfect size for a head. But watch how this comes together when I add on this yarn hair. She's already just adorable by herself, just the way she is without any accents. But of course, I'm going to take that little piece of accent that I got off of the Christmas ornament wreath, and we're going to pop that right on the front. And then I'm going to put her little hand there like she's hanging on. So we're going to make this look like she's collected all of her little items that she's going to decorate with. And of course, I made another little pom-pom there for the back of her head. Now I'm going to take that faux fur that was on the wreath, and we're going to just kind of fold that within itself and make it nice and neat, because we're going to use that as a scarf to go around her neck. Everyone, this was so fun and simple to put together. I hope that you do enjoy this one and you give this one a try and create your own type of design. Now once I get her scarf put on there, we're going to start adding just a few more little details. I picked up these little signs. Those were in the Crafter Square section, and I'm going to end up just stamping these with some snowflakes. I didn't put any words on mine. Then I got those little sheets of those beads, and I thought I would make a really tiny little brooch to put right in the middle there, and that really finished her off. And I thought this was so pretty. I love the colors. And then I found the little mini Christmas trees, so I'm going to pop one of them in there like she's holding the tree. And let me see, what else do I add on here? I think we're going to go ahead and stamp on my little snowflakes, and I've had these stamps for years, everyone, but I'm sure they have plenty of little snowflake stamps that you can get. But everyone, here she is setting up on the shelf, and she couldn't be cuter, and I definitely hope that you enjoyed her and that this gives you lots of inspiration. Now our next one coming up, we're going to do the snowman. And he was so quick and so simple. I know you're going to want to create some of these. I'm going to take another one of those wreaths with the faux fur on there. And we're going to use this as the body of the snowman. And then I'm going to take some of those fluffy snowballs and just glue one right to the center there to fill that hole up. And that just finishes the bottom part of the snowman off perfectly. And you can see I've got the little fall hats up there, and those are going to be great snowman hats. So everyone, you can see why I wanted to share this now, so you were able to grab these supplies, because they're going to come in really handy getting the fall supplies to use for your Christmas DIYs. And you can see that's just adorable. I almost put another one on there, and I may do that when I make a bigger one. And I had some of the sticks left over that I picked up at Dollar Tree, of course, and I'm going to pop on some arms there. And then we're going to just add in some accents on this one. I'm going to go ahead and take this hat first of all, and I'm going to pull off all the little scarecrow type things, the little patches. And I just painted mine with some black acrylic paint, and I left it pretty simple. I just did the hat on this one, but aren't these the perfect little snowman hats? And I decided to pop his off to the side. And then I'm going to take that nose, and we're going to use that pumpkin stem. This makes the perfect nose. But I will tell you, everyone, I am not going to do the traditional orange. I am going to paint my nose this brick red. Brick red in the acrylic paint is one of my favorite colors to use for Christmas. I just think it has kind of a muted tone, and I think it looks really pretty and has a vintage look to it also. Now I'm going to take some of those little pieces of felt you can see, and they have plenty of that at Dollar Tree, and just cut some little slivers to make for eyebrows, because I wanted to have this little snowman have personality. So I thought I would just pop a few of these on there. And if you don't have any of these little pliers, these are great. They're in the jewelry section. You can find them at Michael's, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and they work great for small little details like this. And you can see how cute he's already turning out. Now I'm going to go ahead and make him a little mouth out of that little sliver of felt. And I'll kind of put this off to the side because this little guy is happy. And then we're going to see what I do next. We're going to add in some pine cones and pop those on there. I just had a few pine cones that I wanted to add in from my little bag that I picked up last year at Dollar Tree. And here is that brick red color. And everyone, I don't know about you, but I really love this. It almost has an orange kind of burnt sienna tone to it, but it's really pretty, and I even painted the little stick there. But everyone, here is our little snowman. He couldn't be more adorable, and I hope that you enjoyed this one also, and I hope he gives you lots of inspiration. Now for our last DIY, we're going to be working on our little vintage Santa Claus. Now this one takes a little bit, so you'll have to follow with me on this one. We're going to be using one of these fabric pumpkins. I'm going to remove some of the stuffing because I want to be able to use that in the legs that I'm making. And I was trying to get the body shaped a little bit oval. Now I'm going to take some of those tumbling tower blocks, and we're going to start building up something that's going to represent his boots. And that'll give me something to attach the main part of his body onto so he can stand up. So I did a couple of those, and then I just put a couple there on the top, like I said, just shaping it like a boot. And then I'll be using some of the black felt and black paint to cover this up. And once you get it painted, even if you can see a little bit of the wood, it will look like boots once it's setting up. Now I'm going to fold 2 little pieces over, and you can see I kind of cut those in a square, and what we're going to be doing is making the legs. Now I ended up kind of folding this down in and shortening these legs, but you can make the legs on your Santa Claus any size that you want. But you can see I'm going to go ahead and kind of pinch together that main body using that pumpkin, and that's why I took some of that stuffing out, because I wanted it to have more of kind of an oval shape. And you'll have to hold that down just a few seconds until the glue dries. And once you get it to hold, you can let it set and move on to turning your legs inside out. Now these are the pant legs is what they are. And if you let that glue set on that felt, it holds really well. Now I'm going to just attach these with just some rope twine right to these little wood boots that I'm making. And then we're going to tie those on, and then we'll also glue them on. And keep in mind, we're going to be painting everything with the black. But everyone, this one had a lot of little steps, but I'm hoping that through all these steps that I'll give you some ideas so you can create your own Santa doll or any type of doll using this design, just creating things with putting all these different little pieces together. Now I'm just going to tie that on, and I did that just because it was an easy way to get that fabric tied on there and hold it while I was doing the stuffing and working with everything. But you'll see later on in the video, I will cover that rope twine up with a piece of black ribbon. And that was just enough stuffing to get those boots to look nice and full and his pant legs to be nice and full. And now we're going to start working on his jacket. Now we're going to take some of this burlap, and I think I got this in the Dollar Tree Plus section, but of course they have the other burlap ribbon in the Crafter Square area. Then we're going to take some of this ribbon, and you can see I only put the burlap in the middle, and you'll see I'll place these down at an angle. And what I was trying to do is just make it look like his jacket was open a little bit so you could see his burlap area underneath. I hope that made sense. Really, we're just kind of forming layers of clothing to make our little Santa have a realistic look. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this other one glued on, and then we'll be moving on to our next step. Everyone, I hope that you're enjoying these dolls. Definitely leave me a comment below and let me know if you had a favorite one that we created today, and let me know if you're going to give one of these a try. Now I'm just going to get everything kind of glued around that main body, and you don't have to worry about it being really messy in the back. We're going to glue some more strips of the ribbon on there, and then we're going to be taking and putting kind of like a little black jacket on the back. It's more like a little cape, but it covers everything up, and it gives me a place to put his arms through. You'll see here in a moment when I get to that step. But you're basically just kind of building layers of fabric. Now we're going to pinch that all together at that top neck area there and get all of the fabric kind of glued down well. But everyone, I hope you are enjoying these dolls, and like I said, definitely leave me a comment and let me know if you'd like to see more of these. I would love to make more of these. I used to sell all kinds of handmade dolls, and I'm thinking about putting those on my website. I will be getting my website going. I'm still working on the details of that. Now we're just taking and gluing those little pant legs and the boots together in the center, and then we're going to take and put up quite a bit of glue there, and we're going to push those right up inside of what's going to be the main body part. And everyone, you can see the minute I do this, this little snowman guy, or this little Santa Claus guy, starts coming together. And make sure you let him dry really well so everything sets. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the arms, and these are so simple, everyone. You can make arms for your dolls like this by using this ribbon, and especially the Santa Claus, the snowman dolls. This is such an easy way, and you could even use this on the other types of dolls also. But you can see I just kind of folded that over and I'm gluing it down, and then I'm just cutting out some black mittens for our Santa Claus, and I'm going to put it off to one side, and then we're going to fold that over and glue it down, and then you'll have some arms that bend. And that's the neat thing about using this wired ribbon, is your arms will bend and come around the front when you want to make him look like he's holding on to something. Now I'm on the back side of him now, and I'm going to glue those down in the back. And keep in mind, you're not going to see this because I'm going to have that little black cape type coat going around the back of him. And that's a really neat thing that I've done on a lot of my dolls. And you can put your arms through those capes like that, and it just gives a nice neat look. Now I'm going to be taking some of that white faux fur that I had left over from that little wreath ornament, and that made the perfect little white band to go around the bottom. And you can see every little layer of something that I add onto this is making this little guy come to life. Now once we get his little faux fur glued around the bottom of his coat there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start. Let's see, what am I doing next? There was a lot of steps. We're going to add a piece of this faux fur to the neck area too. And I do add another piece of fur from one of the little snowman balls, but I was just trying to get everything starting to come together. And now we're going to glue on just a little bit of that felt on the top of the wood, and that will be all we need for the boots, and then we'll be painting the rest of them black. And everyone, there is so many really simple ways that you can create dolls, and I do hope that this gives you lots of ideas that you can come up with to create some really fun dolls for your Christmas season and even the fall season. Now that was just a little fluffy snowball that I cut up, and I wanted to add a little bit more of the white right around the neck area there because I'm going to have the beard kind of coming over there. Now we're going to make his belt that goes around the middle, and I'm going to take some of that black ribbon and just do that midway around, and then we'll be making a little belt buckle out of one of the craft sticks. And it's amazing how many different odd little things that you can use for the parts to create these dolls. And keep in mind, we're going to be putting that cape on there so you don't have to worry about how messy it looks on the back. And you can see I'm just cutting a little piece out there, and I'm going to paint this white and then paint a little black center, and then that's going to be perfect for our little belt buckle. Well, everyone, also don't forget to leave in the comments below and let me know what else you would like to see. I am going to go back to making some fall decor, Thanksgiving decor, and all of those goodies. I just wanted to get this one out to you so you could pick up some of these pumpkins if you were wanting to create some of these dolls. Now, that was that Cameo Blush, and this is a great color for the skin color, and you can see how it's going to make this look really nice. Now, I'm taking that pumpkin stem, and I cut half of it off the back to make it flat. You can see I cut those little notches out because we're going to be using this for Santa's nose. And once I get this painted, you'll see here in a moment, it just blends in. And the reason why I wanted this nose kind of bigger is because I'm going to take and put Santa's mustache and his beard right up underneath it. Now I'm just going to go ahead and just glue this on to the top. And remember, that's why I filled up the neck area with all of that faux fur. I'm going to give Santa a couple little eyes right there, and wait till you see how he comes together when we take some of this rope twine. Now this is that rope twine that was in the beach section of Dollar Tree, and you could use any of the rope twines. You could see how I wrapped that around that little piece of wood and left the stick in there, and that way you can just slide your string through there and tie it loosely, and it's just a really easy way to keep all of the little rope pieces together for making a beard, and it just makes it a lot easier to add more string at one time. Now I'm just going to trim everything down, and then we're going to cut all of our little loops loose, and make sure you hold on to it. Keep in mind you've only tied it on loosely, but it still helps hold everything on there. And then we're going to pop his little beard on there right under his nose. And you can see Santa is starting to come together now. Now we're going to take some more of that string and we're going to separate it a little bit, and that's how we're going to make our mustache to go across. But everyone, those pumpkin stems, using them for parts of the facial features is such a neat little tip. So if you take those pumpkin stems off, definitely hold on to them, because I have lots of little tips that you can use those. But look how Santa's coming together. Now I just took that felt and made an odd shaped little I guess almost like a curvy triangle, and just because I wanted to have a vintage kind of style little hat to go on here. And I left my hat pretty simple. I just made it black because I was doing the black and white theme today. Get our little belt buckle glued on, and while our hat was drying, and now we're going to turn our hat inside out. And I usually just take the edge of a paintbrush or something and just poke that up through there gently, and that gets everything turned in right side out again. And now we're going to take and just glue Santa's hat right on his head there, and then we'll be adding on some more of that faux fur from one of our little wreath ornaments, and that's going to make Santa's hat look ready for Christmas. Now I do go back and add just a little bit more of that fur around the hat. I think I bring it down just a little closer on his forehead. And now here's how we do the cape. You cut it in that half circle shape. You make 2 little slits, vertical, and then you can slide your arms right into there, and then you can cover that back where you glued everything down, and you can pop your other little arm in there, and you can just kind of tuck this in the way you want it to lay on your doll, and then just glue the sides down, and it makes the cutest little kind of cape jacket for this Santa Claus. And that way it hides everything, and it just gives him that little extra layer of texture there. And you can see how neat it is to use that ribbon for the arms, where you can bend them to make them look like they're holding something. Now I am going to glue mine down a little bit because I really want his arms coming forward on this design. And of course you'll have to straighten up your little beard and get that all trimmed up the way that you want it. Now I'm just going to get my hat adjusted, take some duct tape, get all the little fuzzies off of him, and then we're going to take and get that black paint out, and you saw that glue on the back. Touch everything up with paint. It really just makes these dolls have a nice look to them. And everyone, I add a few more details to him, a little Christmas tree and such, and here he is. And I think our little vintage Santa could not be cuter, made with all Dollar Tree items. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed these Christmas dolls, and I hope they give you lots of inspiration to create one of your own or all of these. And if you had a favorite, don't forget to share that. I will see you on the next one, and I hope you have a wonderful week.